Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Root Yoga Therapy. I'm your certified yoga therapist, Jasmine Leventhal, and we're here 27 weeks pregnant. So we're almost at the 28th week, which is the start of the third trimester. So really exciting. And for those of you who've been following along, once we jump into that third trimester, we're going to start changing up the practice again to really support ourselves, be a little gentler on the body, and start to open up the body for labor and delivery. But we still have some strengthening to do, so go ahead and jump into something comfy and join me on your mat. Welcome back. So of course, as always, go ahead and make sure you have the props that you need nearby. I always have 2 blocks, a blanket, and some type of body pillow or bolster. So if you have those things at your reach, go ahead and grab them. Make sure that they're by your mat. And if you're using something to supplement these props, then that's fine too. We'll get started in our cross-legged seated position. I like to have something to elevate my hips. It helps really relieve the pressure off the lower back. And so once you find that nice, comfortable seat, soften the eyes to close, and we'll drop into our breath. Now you're welcome to have one hand on heart, one hand on baby. I always think it's a nice way to start to center in. It also helps reconnect ourselves with our body, especially if we find ourselves kind of moving throughout the day, completely disconnected. This is a great way to come back. And just finding those nice, smooth breaths in and out through the nose. And starting to feel your sit bones rooting down into your surface, and that rebound of energy up the spine, back of the neck, crown of the head. And taking a few more conscious breaths here, so really focusing the attention and energy inward. And then when you're ready, start to blink your eyes and join us. All right, so let's get started. Go ahead and reach your left arm out, swooping the right arm up on the big breath in, getting that nice stretch into your right ribs. And it's important that we're not dumping into opposite shoulders. So if you're feeling that push into your hand, create some space around the neck. Good, taking one more inhale here. Exhale, releasing right hand down. Inhale, sweeping left arm skyward. Nice full breath. Just pausing here, getting that stretch through the left side waist. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, move through center, going side to side. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, reaching with the left arm. Exhale, center. Nice. Inhale, sweeping right arm. And back to center. And sweeping left arm. Nice big stretch. And back to center. Good. Both arms swoop up overhead, big reach. Interlock your fingers, flip your palms, press the palms skyward. Notice the tendency for the shoulders to want to rise up to the ears. If that's happening, just gently drop the shoulder blades down the back, scoop the heart forward. And this can actually get pretty challenging, so continue to draw your energy upward, feeling rooted into your surface. Last few breaths. Good, and then on your exhale, releasing your hands down, taking little shoulder shrugs, swooping the shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Nice, twice more. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Feels really good. As you inhale, gently tilting the head back, opening up through the front of the throat. Exhale, chin drops towards chest. And just moving here. Inhale, tilt the head gently backwards. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. Inhale, gently tilt the head back. Exhale, chin to chest. Good. Pause here with the chin at the chest. Bring the hands to the back of the head. Interlock the fingers, dropping the elbows towards the ears. And we're not crunching the whole body. We're staying long into the spine, just dropping the chin down and feeling the gentle weight of the hands to grab that deeper stretch through the back of the neck and upper back. One more inhale. Exhale, releasing the hands down, gently lifting the head back over the shoulders. Good, and then half circle, so dropping your left ear over to the left shoulder, taking that chin towards chest, swooping over to opposite side, and just gently moving in these half circles side to side. Good, and then coming back to center. Pause here. Let's uncross the legs, stamp your feet down. Place your hands right behind your hips just to give yourself a little support, and then just sweeping the legs or the knees from one side to the other. Getting that little stretch into the outer hips feels really good here. Good, and then maybe you pause, stacking your left ankle over your right knee for a little more of a stretch. Try not to, again, drop into the shoulders. You're using your hands to lift your chest. And then releasing the top foot, come back to center, knees drop over to the right, stacking ankle over the thigh, getting that added stretch through the outer hip. Good, one more breath here. And coming back to center, releasing the foot down. Good, walking your hands back so you're in a seated position, and then we'll transition onto all fours. So coming onto all fours, hands and knees, tabletop position, and just wiggling the hips from side to side. I like to use a blanket underneath my knees. I know I've mentioned that before, but it really helps to offer some extra padding, so that can feel good. Good, and then pausing here in center, gently drawing the belly in, very carefully lowering onto your forearms. Have the forearms shoulders distance apart, hands rooting into the mat. As you inhale, extend your right leg up and back behind you. Exhale, right knee hugs in. Good, inhale, lengthen the chest as you reach the foot back. Exhale, draw it in. Nice, two more, inhale. Exhale, scoop it in. Last one, inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw it in. Good, inhale, extend the leg back, lengthen the heart forward. Really try and get that leg nice and high. Start to feel your glute and hamstring turn on. One more inhale. Exhale, soften into the knee, releasing the leg down and just sink the hips back towards the heels, finding a child's pose. Great place to widen the knees, create space for that belly. You're welcome to rest head on a block or a pillow. Take one more inhale. Exhale, slowly coming back up into hands and knees. Just reorient the knees underneath the hips and then slowly releasing onto the forearms. Forearms are shoulders distance apart. Notice that my elbows are not behind my shoulders. They're not way back here. So elbows underneath shoulders. And then rooting down into those forearms, lifting up and out of the shoulder girdle. Take an inhale, sweeping left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, knee to chest. Good. Inhale, lengthen, pulling the heart forward. Find that big lift of the back leg. And then as you exhale, re-bend into the left knee and press back into your hands. Tucking your toes, shift your hips back, find your downward facing dog pose. Nice soft bend into the knees, pedaling out the feet. So releasing right heel as you bend left knee and vice versa. Now at this point, it might feel better to widen the feet just a bit so you have a little more space again for belly. Nice, taking one more inhale here, hips press high, hands root down, and then exhale, releasing the knees back onto your mat. Finding that tabletop position, walking hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. As you inhale, sweeping that right leg back and then soften your toes down, spin the right heel to the mat, pop onto the right fingertips. We're transitioning into a side plank. So maybe you start to float that right hand to right hip, maybe right arm skyward. And if you're feeling pretty balanced here, start to lift that back leg off the floor, taking the leg up to hip height. Good, you're welcome to extend your right fingertips forward, getting a nice long stretch through that top waist. One more inhale here. Exhale, releasing the right hand down, squaring off right hip and right knee down onto the mat. When you're ready, drop your belly, scoop your heart, find your cow pose. As you exhale, navel to spine, coil into the back for cat. And then again, inhale, belly falls, heart lifts, find your cow. Exhale, round for cat. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, coming back to center on your in-breath and then sweeping your left leg all the way back behind you and then land the toes down. Spin to the heel of the foot, starting to transition your weight into your right side, floating the left hand, maybe left hip, maybe left fingertips skyward, and then maybe floating left foot. So all these different stages, do whatever feels comfortable for you. And then reaching left arm forward, try and take the same variation, whatever you did on the side before. Good, keep pressing back through your left heel. One more inhale. As you exhale, very gently lowering the left hand down, left knee down. And we'll cycle through 3 cat-cows once again. Dropping the belly, scoop the heart on the inhale. Exhale, coiling the spine. 2 more, inhale. Exhale, round. Last one, inhale. Exhale to round. Good. Come back to center. Tuck the toes, keeping that soft bend in the knees. Extending your hips, downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet here. Good. Feel free to widen the stance here. Remember, do what feels good in your body. And if you've been having any pressure in your lower back, this is a great way to kind of extend out of that lumbar spine and start to move energy and strengthen the upper part of the back. Good. One more in-breath here. And then exhale, once again, releasing the knees down and walk the knees in so they're underneath the hips. Now take a moment, go ahead and grab your blocks or whatever you have that you're working with that's similar, because we're going to use this as we bring the foot forward, and it's going to create a lot more space. As we have this growing belly, it's much harder to bring that knee up close to the chest because we have our belly here. So using blocks or something similar to help elevate you, you can see how it creates that much more space between my torso and the floor. So super important to have something to support you, especially as we continue to move about the practice and continue to grow. Good. So once you feel nice and stable on your blocks, your shoulders aren't dumping downward, really lifting up and out. Take an inhale, sweep that right leg up and back behind you. And then as you exhale, pull the foot forward, and you might get this far and have to scooch it up, and that's fine. But scooch the foot up towards the thumbs. Once you're there, drop your left knee back about an inch or two so you can really find that nice sinking into the hips. Good. Stamp down through that right heel. Take an inhale, reaching the arms all the way up. As you exhale, cactus the arms, scoop the heart. Good. Inhale, cycle the arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms. Good. So we'll take an eagle wrap of the arms here. You can either cross your right arm over your left and grab opposite shoulders, or you can take a full bind. So that would look like crossing the right arm over the left, and then the forearms wrap and the palms will touch. Start to lift the elbows, pressing the forearms away from the body. As you inhale, lean back, open the chest, work your balance here. Sink further into your hips. Pause here, 3 breaths. Again, if you're taking the shoulder variation, it would just look something like this, where the shoulder blades are moving away from the center of the spine. One more inhale. As you exhale, lengthen forward, fly those arms free, and release the hands down towards your blocks. Good. Start to shift back, hamstring stretch. So sink your hips back, kind of crawling the right heel forward, and heart's going to extend forward. So we don't want this big round in the back. We want to pull the heart forward, lengthen out of the lumbar spine. And if you need to walk your hands towards the top of your hip, that's okay too. And just finding that nice, even, steady breath. Good job. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, rebend into that right knee, walking your blocks around the front of the right foot, and then tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the floor, pausing here in a runner's lunge. So really working some strength into the legs. Good. As you inhale, push into the feet, hover the hands. Exhale, release them down. Nice. Inhale, push into the feet, hover the hands. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale. Exhale, release. Nice job. Coming into a full crescent pose. You might want to widen your stance a bit to create more stability. And then when you feel balanced, take an inhale, reaching the arms forward and up. Again, slight bend in the back knees to help us neutralize our lower back since we already have that weight coming forward. Good. Take a full breath in. Exhale, hands or palms are going to touch and then come down to heart center. And we'll just move like that. You're welcome to open the mouth on the exhale, and we'll practice that a few times too. Inhale, arms sweep forward and up. Cleansing breath, open the mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. Good, couple more times. Inhale, forward and up. Palms touch, exhale, hands to heart. One more, inhale, forward and up. Open the mouth, exhale, hands to heart. Good, lengthen your body forward. As you do, notice how my back leg gets straighter, and then releasing hands back down to blocks or foot. Peel your hips back, work your right leg straight, finding a similar hamstring stretch here. And I feel my baby kicking all around right now. So he must like this large intake of oxygen he's getting. Good, taking one more in breath. As you exhale, gentle bend into the left knee, springing forward, and left foot's gonna come to meet right at the top of your space. Now you might need to widen your stance here, again, making room for that belly. As you inhale, bringing your hands to your shins, and then hands to thighs. Exhale, pressing all the way to a stand, and finding your strong standing pose. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold the body back inward. Good. Hands to blocks. Inhale, chest presses forward. And then gently go ahead and just step your right leg way back over your blanket if you're using one, and drop your right knee down. Pressing into that right hand. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Big open twist. Exhale, release down. Good. We're going to shift the left leg back and through. Lower the left knee down. Walk your blocks off to the side, placing your hands onto your mat. As you inhale, find your cow pose, dropping your belly, scooping your heart. And then as you exhale, coil the spine. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale, round. Stay in your rounded position, tuck your toes. As you move into down dog, re-lengthen your spine, maybe widen your stance. Good, 3 full breaths here. Good, one more inhale. Exhale, knees down to the earth, and begin to walk the knees back underneath the hips. Grabbing your blocks, placing them back on your mat underneath your hands. As you inhale, extending that left leg all the way back. Exhale, knee to chest, step, scooch, walk foot forward to meet the thumbs. Tucking your right toes, drop your right knee back a few inches, and notice how much I get into my hips. So there's a lot more space here. Lift your chest. Good. When you feel balance, pressing into that left heel, reaching the arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus those arms, lift the heart. Good. Inhale, arms forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart. One more. Inhale, forward and up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Eagle wrap, or grabbing opposite shoulders, left arm over right this time. So opposite shoulders are full eagle wrap. Elbows lift, lean back, working your balance, stretching into your belly and chest. One more inhale. Exhale, lengthen the body forward, fly those arms out to the side, and release your hands down towards your blocks. Shifting your hips back, finding your hamstring stretch. So shift the hips back, crawl the left heel forward, and maybe walking your blocks back up towards your upper thigh or hips. Breathing here. One more inhale. As you exhale, re-bend into your left knee, walking your hands forward, and then tucking your right toes, lift your back leg off the floor. Find that steady position into the legs, low runner's lunge. As you inhale, root into the feet, hover the hands. Exhale, soften them up. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, hover. Exhale, lower. So it's a really good way to start to shift that balance, feel the weight into the legs. Crescent pose. Inhale, reaching the arms forward and up, soft bend in the back knee. Palms are gonna touch here, open the mouth. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice, 3 more. Inhale, sweeping the arms. Cleansing breath. Last 2, sweep the arms. Cleansing breath. And last 1, sweeping the arms. Cleansing breath. Good, gonna lengthen forward. Hands are gonna come to blocks. Shift the hips back, working that hamstring stretch once again. And start to find that soft bend into the right knee, kind of springing off the back leg, lunging forward, folding at the top of your space, widen your hands or your feet, and then dropping your chest and belly over those front thighs. Good. As you inhale, hands are going to come to shins, then crawl up to thighs. Exhale, finding your way to the top. Good. I love to roll my shoulders up, back and down here because I just feel like it feels really good into the upper body. So again, the belly is going to be pulling us forward. So we really want to find that little lift, and that's the core engagement that we're doing. So we're still activating core here. We want to find that release of the tailbone down towards the heels so the belly is just not spilling out and pulling us forward, because over time you will start to feel that in your lower back. And if you haven't or you don't, you're very lucky. So really starting to find that alignment with the pelvis, okay? As you inhale, we're dropping into our chair pose, keeping the feet nice and wide. Bend the knees, sweeping the arms forward. Good, no need to take the arms higher than forward than shoulder height, but if you want to take biceps towards ears, you can. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms back, stay in chair, clasp your fingertips. Inhale, we're gonna spring up to a stand. Heart's gonna pull forward. Lean the hips forward as you lift. And then exhale, gently folding over those thighs. Good, 1 more inhale. Start to bend the knees, drop the hips, reach the arms, chair pose. Next exhale, sweep the hands back. Catch the fingers, go 1 finger over for that interlace. Drive down through the heels. Inhale, lift the heart, lean back, open the body. Exhale, refold. Good, take 1 more inhale. Exhale, hands to blocks. Keeping your right leg forward, step that left foot way back, and then lower the left knee down. Rooting into the left hand, inhale, sweep the right arm up, big open heart twist. And exhale, right hand to floor. Press into those blocks, slide that right leg out and through, and then re-bend into the right knee. Good. Moving our blocks off to the side, hands release down onto the mat, 2 rounds, cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, scoop the heart. Exhale, round the spine. Good. Inhale, dropping the belly, heart pulls forward. Exhale, rounding in. Good. Find your neutral position and start to sink back into child's pose. So maybe using a block here if it's comfortable, resting your forehead on that block and separating those knees nice and wide to give space for belly. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, press back into your tabletop position. Realign your knees. Good. I'm going to lower my block to one height lower. We're going to do an upper body or upper thoracic thread the needle. So rooting down through that left hand, inhale, reaching the right arm up. As you exhale, I'm going to thread the arm through, dropping onto my right shoulder or towards that right shoulder. So bringing my head to the block to modify. And then notice that I'm not twisting into my hips or belly. The twist is happening around the shoulders and upper back, okay? That's where we're creating some space here. So same sensation of the shoulder blade moving away from the spine. Taking one more breath in. And then slowly sliding that right hand out and through. Press into the right hand, coming back into your tabletop position. And then rooting down into your right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, thread the arm through, releasing onto the block. If you have the space to lower the head to the floor, you're welcome to. And I like to stretch opposite arm forward. Stay mindful, pull those hips back. Look for the length in the spine. One more inhale. And then slowly sliding the hand back, pressing the left arm out and through, and coming back into your tabletop position. I'm going to once again place those blocks underneath my hands, create a lot more space. And then as you inhale, start to reach the right leg back. Exhale, knee to chest, stepping the right foot forward. So we're going to move into some open postures like Warrior Two. So those are called externally rotated postures because it's the hip rotation we're talking about. And then you're going to tuck your toes, lift your back leg, and then spin that left heel down. So you'll see a nice posterior view of me. I'm going to walk my right foot over to the left a few inches. Good. And then as you inhale, reach the left arm forward, open nice and wide. Find that Warrior Two position. So notice my upper back. The shoulders are not pulling in or up. They're relaxed and down. I'm really stretching my arms nice and wide. Good. Flip the palms so they point skyward. Rotate the thumb side of the hand down. And then soften your left hand down your back leg, reach your right arm up and over. And then as you exhale, right forearm's going to come to the thigh, left arm skyward, side angle variation. Good. Take an inhale here. Exhale, press all the way back, Warrior Two. Straighten into your front leg, flip that right palm, reverse triangle pose, nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, start to lengthen forward, soften your right hand down. Now shin or ankle might feel good. I love to put my hand on a block towards the outside of the foot. So notice the length of the upper and lower waist. We're reaching the crown of the head forward and sweep the fingertips skyward. Now you are most welcome to stay here, just working the breath. It might feel good to even wrap that top arm so the top thumb, that left thumb is going to move away from the body and the forearm's going to release to the lower back. Now, if you're comfortable with a balance, we're going to move into a Halfmoon Balance. So for those of you who have practiced before, this might be something that's calling you. If you're pretty good working here in triangle, stay here. Otherwise, that left hand can move to left hip, bend into your right knee. We're going to take your block and we're going to take it above the pinky side toe of the right foot. Glide that left foot in and we're going to float up into a Halfmoon Balance. Keep snuggling the belly in towards the spine. And again, this could be a great place to stay. You might even want to take your left hand to your belly as a little more support or reach your left arm up. And for those of you who are trying to move from triangle to the balance, Great. The balance might feel a little wonky, but it's the practice of shifting that weight forward that's really going to start to help train the strength into the body. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, the left hand moves back to the hip if it's not there already. Soft bend into the right knee, step it way back. Good. Moving your block back and then floating back, warrior two. Whew. Good. Nice inhale here. Exhale, both hands down towards that block. Spin onto the ball of your left foot. And we're going to push into the block, stepping back, lowering knees down. All right. So we're back where we started. It might feel good to take a rest here. You can fall back into child's pose. You can do a hero's pose like I'm doing with my hips resting on my heels. Meanwhile, let me just fix my blanket here. And then just notice the acceleration of heart rate. And we'll take that sequence on the other side and then we'll begin to wind down. So hands are going to come back onto the blocks or whatever you're using that's similar. As you inhale, sweeping your left leg back and through. Exhale, left knee is going to pull to chest, stepping that foot up to meet the thumbs. Good. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift the right knee off the floor, and then spin the heel down. Walk your left foot over to the left, warrior two, sweeping the right arm forward and rising up. So again, noticing that the shoulders are not kind of crawling up towards the ears, but we're really expanding out wide with the arms. Flip the hands so the thumb side points down and back and the palms face up. Inhale, reaching the left arm up and over. Exhale, forearm to the thigh, right arm to sky. Good. Next, inhale, come back into warrior two. Straighten the front leg, flip the palm, full breath in, reverse triangle pose. Exhale, lengthen the body forward, and then releasing hand. Did you guys hear that pop in my hip? Releasing hand to shin, ankle, or block. Oftentimes when I move into this triangle, I get a little crack in the hip, which feels quite good. So we're going to wrap the top waist back, extend the right fingertips skyward. Good. Be mindful that you're not just jamming the legs straight and really locking out the knee. So kind of bring some weight into the ball of that front foot just so you can unlock the knee. And some of you stayed here. Maybe you decided to wrap that top arm, opening more across the chest. And if you had a practice before pregnancy or you're wanting to try and challenge yourself with something a little different, let's hop into that half moon pose. Right hand can move to right hip. Bend into left knee, gliding the block forward, and then sliding that right leg forward and up, launching into our Halfmoon Balance. Maybe the right hand comes to base of belly. Maybe the right fingertips skyward. Good. Keeping that micro bend into your left knee. Last couple breaths wherever you are, whether it's triangle or the balance. And then slowly bringing right hand to right hip, bend left knee to come out. And for those of you in triangle, you'll just transition warrior two. Bend the knee and rise up. Good. Inhale, flip that palm, find the reverse. And exhale, hands all the way down towards the blocks. Find the ball of the back foot. You're welcome to drop the right knee down and slide the leg out. Or slide the leg out and then drop the knee down like we did on the previous side. Sinking the hips down towards the heels. Welcome to take child's pose or that hero's pose. I'm going to drop into child's pose on this side, releasing my head down and softening the chest. Nice. Slowly pressing your way back up. Good. And then shifting legs off to one side, coming to a seat, and then we'll widen the legs. So taking a nice stretch in the legs, we can let the belly kind of fall forward here, flexing into the feet. Again, it might feel good to just have the hands at the back of the waist or hips and pull the pelvis forward. So you might be here, and this might feel like a lot. You might feel pretty tight here if you are having any round ligament pain. I know I was for a little bit, and this started to feel a little tight. So if you are feeling that, you might notice it here. Otherwise, you might feel comfortable bringing the hands to the inner thighs. You might feel comfortable walking yourself forward off your mat as much as your body will allow. Plant your hands down. That might feel pretty good. Plant your forearms down. Taking an inhale here. As you exhale, walk your hands all the way towards that left leg. Maybe you align the foot, just getting a nice stretch into the right side of your body. And inhale, coming back to center, all the way over towards the right leg. Work that stretch into the left side of the body. And you can use blocks. You can be way up here. It doesn't have to look like me. You just want to feel that stretch. You want to keep the legs long, the heart pulling forward towards the top of the foot. Good, and then hands are going to come all the way back to center. And I'm going to release my hands underneath my knees, kind of scoop my heels in, and then bringing my feet forward. So I love a good butterfly pose, bringing the soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And again, it just might feel good to be here holding onto the feet or ankles, or it might feel good to start to hinge forward any amount. Take one more inhale and slowly come all the way up on the exhale. Coming into just a very gentle twist. We don't want to twist around the belly. We just want to find a little spinal rotation. So I'm going to keep my right hand rooting down towards my foot or ankle. Maybe I even just take that right hand to the outside of the left foot and rotate my chest. The left hand's going to move back behind my hips, and I'm just going to open across my heart, shift my gaze towards my back shoulder if I have the space. But really, we're keeping this area nice and open, not deep twisting along the belly, but opening more across the waistline and the chest. Good. Taking one more inhale. Exhale, kind of unwind, coming back around and switch. Maybe that right hand climbs to the outside of the left foot, and then left hand back behind the hips, lift the chest, opening up. Gentle spinal rotation and shifting the gaze backward. And one more inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring the body back to center. Good, scooping the knees in, straighten the legs forward. I like to leave a little space for belly, giving them a little shake out. You're welcome to put the feet together if that's comfortable. And then I'm going to set up in a reclining position. So we've done this before. If you don't have props like blocks or a body pillow or bolster, a pregnancy pillow works great. You can prop that up against a wall, or you can prop it up against a couch, and that could work really well. It also could work just to lean your body or take this variation just sitting up and lean your body back against the wall so you have a little support. But how I'm going to set this up is we're going to have one block on the highest height, one block on the lowest height, and it's kind of like an upside down T shape. And then I'm going to flip and have my bolster just over the blocks. My hips are going to come to the base of the bolster, and my body's going to recline down. So this feels really good for me. It gives me a lot of space here. It can relieve a lot of pressure. So it's not that curling, compacted position. It's a really opened position. I'm keeping my knees bent. Gonna stick my arms out wide. You're welcome to walk your feet out as wide as your mat and then just knock the knees in. That feels really nice and less active. And I'm just consciously breathing here. Again, we're not activating a very strong or heated breath. We're just working something really comfortable. And if you want to have one hand on heart, one hand on belly, like we started, to bring yourself back to body, back to baby, that's beautiful and obviously welcomed. So you just decide whether you want to feel open. This could be kind of a receiving posture, and this can be a little more grounding. So intuitively, you'll decide what feels best. You're welcome to pause the video and feel free to rest here for as long as you like and for as long as you have. If you're ready to come out, you're going to roll to one side using your opposite hand as support and come into a seat. Beautiful. So as always, thank you so much for joining me and tuning in on our 27-week practice. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, and that'll keep you in the know for all the new videos and fun things we'll be hosting on our channel. And of course, if you have any questions or would like me to address a particular ailment, ache or pain in a future video, please comment below, and I will do my best to incorporate and answer all those questions and incorporate the correct practices to help you at home. Thanks so much. Namaste.